There we go. We got one thing live, Angela. We're official. Now we got to get. I'm gonna pull that up on my phone so I can monitor. I can see it. Makes me feel better. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Give me this one. There we are. I can see us. We live. I'm gonna give me live a lot today. It's a three live day. Do live on the radio. Share now. Here we go. Let's get live on the radio then. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, me too. What's happening, home service homies? I'm Dan Plott, the home service CFO, and this is Home Service Happy Hour. Welcome. This is the last home service happy hour of 2023 as far as I'm concerned, because I'll be damned if I'm jumping on and doing a show next week. I should be out ice fishing or something. Angela, how the heck are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm happy to be back on the show.
It's good to have you back. You're like globetrotting. We gotta get a globetrotter update from you. First, I need to crack open my O'Doul's. I'm having an O'Doul's.
Oh,
O'Doul's Amber. It's delicious.
Have you tried the new? I thought I put it in my cart at the store, and I don't know what happened. Corona.
Somebody stole it out of your cart.
I stole it out of my cart. The non-alcoholic Corona.
Do you put a lime in it still?
I think so.
I kind of feel like you have to. Mm-hmm. Be like blasphemy to not put a lime in it. Okay. I don't know. I didn't see that. O'Doul's Amber is the best NA beer that I've found in this month-long escapade of not drinking alcohol, which I'm well aware that there's like a smidge of alcohol in O'Doul's, but which hilariously, it's like Busch Light is basically non-alcoholic to me, so I don't even know why I bother. I didn't drink as many O'Doul's and/or non-alcoholic beers last year when I did this, but then I just realized I just like the flavor of beer, so I'm like, well, I'll just have a few NA beers. So I don't think it's cheating.
No, it's
not cheating.
All kinds of people that are like sober for a life drink, like that's what they do.
Yeah, I think if I had any intention of being sober, I'd have like a keg of O'Doul's all the time. I would just have like a kegerator with O'Doul's in it. I do know a lot of this. Always cracks me up when people are like, I've been sober for this long, and then the next thing they do is like they put in a big chew or something, and I'm just like, oh, you just switched. Like all you did was like switch addictions. Like you didn't. You're like, yeah, you're sober and you chose something else. Which I think that's a good decision, because it's like you got to find the thing that's like right for you, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I got my O'Doul's. I got another O'Doul's on deck.
Substituting. When I did, it wasn't last January. I don't know, the different months that I've done it. Definitely non-alcoholic beer. There's a non-alcoholic Heineken as well that I really like. That was my non-alcoholic.
I did have one of those somewhere. I forget where, but I stumbled into one of those and drank it, and it was it was better than regular Heineken. I'll say that. It was better than regular Heineken. I don't like Heineken that much, and I feel like every time you get it, I've had good Heineken once, and it was at the Heineken Brewery in Amsterdam. It was really good. But a lot of times when you get it in the States, it's just skunky because
completely.
Like you can get a lot of I actually remember, this wasn't a Heineken, but it's brewed in Amsterdam as well. The worst beer I've ever had. It was so skunky. It was an Amstel Light, and it was in college. My buddy and I were at this bar called Dooley's, and it was like we were in college when you could still smoke in bars. Like that happened. The no smoking in bars happened like while I was just wrapping up college. But Dooley's was a smoke-free bar, and so we'd usually hang out there. That was kind of our go-to spot. And they had this tremendous beer list, and so we kind of made it our mission that if it was on tap, we had a picture of it. And if it was in their cooler of hundreds of types of beer, we'd have one of those beers. And so it was like a semester long mission to get through all their beers. And they had Smirnoff Ices on that list. We put them down. And we got to that Amstel Light, and we were like, this will be a fine one. And we both took a swig, and we just looked at each other like, are we really going to finish? Oh, we did it. We finished those. They were so bad. Like, just made your gut turn over. But we were determined. We finished those skunky beers.
That reminds me of Old Chicago used to have, when I was in college, the beer tour. They had like 100 beers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was like a card or something. Like you had to get through all of them.
Yeah. This bar didn't have that. We just made it. We just did it. Yeah. We just went for it. And we won. Or we didn't lose. There wasn't a game. We accomplished.
You won your own game. You won your own checklist.
Yeah. Yeah. We had something to be proud of.
We had a lot of European beer in Europe. It's different over there.
It's super different. Super different. It's good in a good sort of way. In a good sort of way. Give us a little recap here. Where did you all go? What ground did you all cover?
So yeah, it was an adventure. We had some things planned, not everything, and everything we had planned got derailed. Our flights
naturally.
Flights got canceled on the way over, shifted. We were supposed to fly through Munich and land in Vienna, just fly from US to Vienna. Ended up in London with no flight to Vienna. So we spent a day in London, and it was actually one of our favorite parts of the trip. Went to some great pubs, great beer.
Heck yeah.
The best Christmas market. It was crazy, wild, and awesome. So a quick.
What was your favorite beer while you were over there? Did you have one where you're like, damn?
There was a couple of good ones in London, but no, I don't remember the name of anything because we were in so many countries. Then we left there the next day. We went to Vienna, Austria. That was a planned trip to the Christmas market. And then we went to a football game, a European football game.
Football.
Lots of beer there.
I bet. Do you I hear them chanting stuff.
Yes.
And I'm always just like, I don't know what they're saying. They just don't stop making noise. And it's just like, I'm just like, what is happening?
The entire time. It's like an insane cardio workout. Like they're jumping, chanting the entire game.
Yeah, it's like a real strong diaphragm workout.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Those Christmas markets were very traditional and super cool. Then we left there for Munich, Germany, did some more Christmas markets.
You just skipped Vienna altogether? Just Vienna's out.
We were in Vienna.
Okay, you made it. Okay.
Vienna.
Gotcha.
Lots of good beer, and the football game was there. Then went to Munich on the train. Was delayed on the train because there was a dead body on the track.
Oh, that's
on our train. So that was
thing to be delayed by.
Lots more beer in Germany and markets. And then
where since I'm a beer guy, where was the best beer? Like what country were you in where you're like, man, they got some good beers here? And was it like, did you keep stumbling into the same beers in different countries, or would you get to a new country and be like, oh, like
we're drinking more beer? Yeah.
Whatever
country we were in, we were like, we'll drink your beer.
Yeah.
I think London was my favorite only because it was new, right? Like that's our first European destination. So European.
It's new. It's fresh.
It was new and fresh. But Austria was pretty good too. Then we were supposed to go to Switzerland, but we were, I don't know, decided to do another adventure. Have you ever heard of Malta? I had never heard of the country of Malta. It's an island just south of Italy.
Okay.
And it was really like $100 more for both of us to fly to Malta and then to Zurich than it was to just take a train to Zurich.
Okay.
It's an island. It was 75 degrees. It's crazy, different, and awesome.
Yeah.
So we spent a couple nights at this like luxury resort for
Were you packed for all this? Because I feel like you're going into like winter and then back into summer. Like it'd be like going from Minnesota to Florida.
Yeah, we were just packed for winter, but it works. We had layers and yeah. So Malta was amazing because I'd never even heard of the country and it was completely different. It's this like European island. It's just a completely different adventure. Yeah. And then we went to Zurich and then we came home.
Oh yeah. What now you guys were there like checking out the holiday industry, right? Was there anything what was the give us a little more specifics on the mission, and then was there anything amazing that you found in that regard in any of the locations, or anything memorable in that regard?
So yeah, JC's Mr. Christmas.
He
Not
sure
only
is.
Christmas lights for everyone else, but he also has an incredible walkthrough show here in Hampstead, and wants to make, has a vision for making that even more spectacular and bigger experience. And so we wanted to go see the Christmas market, see what European Christmas markets looked like. And the one in London, there's just one big one called Winter Wonderland. It was insane.
Mhm.
Like, to get in, the pavilions, like just huge. Live, all different kinds of live music stages, huge carnival.
It's like a
Just
big winter festival sort of thing.
a huge winter festival in London. That one there was admission to get in, but like I said, it was just huge ice skating rinks, just unbelievable level of entertainment in all of aspects. The smaller Christmas markets in Vienna and Germany, we had planned to go to. Those are more like traditional European Christmas markets. There was a unique one. I think it was in Germany.
When you say Christmas market, I'm just picturing like a flea market selling Christmas swag. Like what is a Christmas market exactly?
They were all, there's like, I'd say little huts. I don't know if that's a way to describe them, but they're all like little
vendor setup thingy
wood huts that are very nice and festive and decorated for Christmas. And the whole festival is decorated with some lights, not as extravagant as lights here, though. Much more just like step back in time, simple.
Okay.
And then all kinds of, it's like a Christmas village, I guess you would say. Like each individual hut's decorated for Christmas, and in each little hut was people selling arts and crafts, Christmas ornaments, different vendors of things, and then lots of food vendors. So traditional street food everywhere had mulled wine, so hot wine with some
interesting
cider type. That's the drink of choice at all Christmas markets. At all the Christmas markets, each individual Christmas market has their own cups. So you pay a deposit on a cup, €5 deposit when you get your first drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then whether it's beer or the cider, you like drink with that all night and then turn it back in.
Sign me up for that.
Out of real cups, not disposable cups.
Yeah.
And then there's usually like carousels, kids ride, ice rinks at each one as well.
Sweet. JC's chiming in, says, "What's up?" Actually, he says, "Hey, you two." He said it was €6, super cheap. I don't know what is the exchange rate these days? How are we doing with €6?
Help me out, JC. I don't know. It's like $7 maybe.
I was gonna say, I feel like when I was over there, it was like a 1.3-ish, 1.3 to 1.4.
Sheds. That's the tiny sheds from Home Depot. I knew I was like, he's got to chime in and correct me on all the things I'm not describing well about the Christmas markets.
Was there any? So like London, you said was huge and epic, and I guess you kind of expect that from London, right? That's kind of
just a different scale. It wasn't like the small local Christmas markets. Like in Vienna, I think there were 8 to 10 different Christmas markets, within that city.
Yeah.
So little localized ones versus one big crazy.
Is there anything? And since JC is listening, maybe he's gonna chime in on this. But is there anything that you took back where it was like, oh, we should incorporate this into, the light show, or is JC going to start setting up, Home Depot sheds and having some Christmas market type of stuff at his show?
That's his dream and vision, is to have all the different vendors.
Can I come and just can I be the beer vendor? Can I just come and pour shitty light beer for people? I'd be good at that.
Or you could do like stand up. Maybe you could do a show. Maybe like the MC of.
I don't know. I think you're supposed to actually be funny to do something like that. And that would be bad. Who dis? Somebody says, "Yo, Dan, you back on?" It's a generic Facebook user. Let me see. I gotta open it up. It's Doug. It's our boy Doug. Oh. Doug, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna be sick of me by the end of the day because I got another show tonight with a outdoorsy business owner, dude. That'll be super fun. It's just one of those days. What did I just click? I clicked something, and then JC said something else, and it moved the whole screen.
That's my dream. Oh,
Angela's going to have a crepe stand. I'm
so
interested.
there's crepes at everyone. That's one of the foods, just like mulled wines. There's crepes at every single one. There's crepes, multiple crepe stands at every single one. But my grandma used to make, we called them big pancakes for crepes when I was little.
That's all they're just a thin, big ass pancake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I moved here, the girls love crepes, and his dad had this awesome crepe maker. It's just basically like a circle griddle, but I make crepes every morning for breakfast.
I have a crepe story. So I'm gonna tell this crepe story.
Okay.
Because that, like, my kids are just freaking bonkers for pancakes. I mean, it's like if there were tacos are like number one meal in our household, but it's just because we don't let them eat pancakes every single meal. I think if we just said, like, if there was a food you could have all the time, they'd probably go just like straight elf and be like pancakes with maple syrup on everything, right? And Danny, my oldest, had this like weird Play-Doh set thing. And one of the things you could make out of Play-Doh was like a crepe with fruit in it. And it was all made of Play-Doh, right? And so this had to be like 2 years ago, maybe. Like she was 5 and Reggie was 3. And she's like, "Hey, Dad, I want to make this." And I'm just like, "Okay, go get your Play-Doh." And she's like, "No, I want to like make this in real life." And I was just like, "Oh." And it was like a crepe rolled up around a bunch of fruit with like whipped cream and then like syrup or like a chocolate drizzled all over it. And so I was like, "Well, let's fucking go to the store." I didn't say that, but this was in my head. I was just like, "Let's go." Like, we're going to the store. And so I don't like, I'm just using regular pancake batter, right? Like I don't know if crepe batter is something different than pancake batter, but it's just the most watery pancake batter I've ever made. And then just oil in a pan. And so I just make a thin ass like fried pancake, and then strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, just a mountain of that piled up to the point where when I wrap the crepe around it, I actually need like toothpicks to hold it together. In addition, I mean, like, whipped cream for days, right? Ready Whip, shake that son of a gun up and whipped cream for days. And then I take a pile of chocolate chips and melt them in the microwave and then like drizzle chocolate over the whole thing. And so that is, I made it last weekend or 2 weekends ago with some venison bacon, of course. And like, I ate one. I mean, they're big. I ate one of them and I was just like, "Oh my God, it's just like a food coma." Danny and Reggie both ate 2 of them. They're like bigger than my face. I don't understand how they did it. Like, yeah, it's good, but it's like I was uncomfortable after eating one of them, and they just went to town on these things. So big crepes like that, my family's all about it. All about it.
There's so many options with crepes.
Mhm.
Nutella, berries, the Dream Whip for sure, syrup, savory crepes. You put that venison inside of the crepe with some cheese.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you could almost go like crepe burrito.
I
Throw
love
some
savory
eggs right in
crepes.
there. Throw some eggs right in there.
Yep.
I'm getting really hungry now. This episode's making me hungry. What we got here? Doug says, "I'll be listening while working on another large commercial bid." Get it, Doug? Get that. I'm guessing he's looking at some snow removal bids. Who doesn't love pancakes, tacos, nor pizza? I don't know if he meant to put the N in there and say nor. Doug, you getting fancy? Nor pizza. Yeah. Kids are weird with pizza though. It's like everybody loves pizza, but it's like, "I want a cheese pizza." I'm like, "Get out of here." That's Reggie. She's like, "I just want cheese." And I'm just like, no, like when I get a pizza, it's like I want all the meat and all the vegetables. Like, give me my entire meal all on one thing.
Yeah.
Right? I want the sausage and the pepperoni and some bacon and some ham and some chicken and whatever other meats you got. Throw them on there, and then I want like onions and mushrooms and green peppers and tomatoes and some spinach. And I'm not a huge olive on the pizza fan, just because
Oh,
it's so salty. Like, I get I'm out on green olives. No thanks. I can do black olives, but even on like pizza, it just gets like too sour and salty for me. Trying to think if there's any other vegetables that I'm like right out, just like flat out, no thanks. But one thing that I find, and this annoys me, I don't know why we got into talking about food, but I'm hungry, so we're just gonna talk about food. There's all these like hoity-toity pizza joints opening up, and they have like all these artisan pizzas, and I'm just like, can you give me some like real ingredients instead of this like weird ass lunch meat you're putting on here, this strange vegetable thing. Like, just give me pepperoni and sausage and mushrooms and onions. Why do you got to come up with all this weird stuff? Like,
give me that old-fashioned supreme pizza.
yeah, it's like, I don't like, why did you have to change it? It was really good and you made it worse. My wife likes it, so I like to give her a hard time because it's just like, it's one of her friends said this to me and I was just like, you nailed it. We were talking about sushi and Audrey, you know the lady on the AT&T commercials that's always on the AT&T cell phone commercials? That's Audrey. Looks exactly like Audrey.
Oh yes.
Every time I see that, I'm like, Audrey, that's you. So Audrey, the gal from the AT&T commercials, had said nobody actually likes sushi. They're just trying to be cool. Like they're like, and she was like, I really wish I liked it because I want to be cool. And I was like, you're exactly right. Nobody actually likes sushi. It's raw fish. Like, what is there to like about it? The texture sucks. The flavor kind of sucked. Like, fry that shit and then talk to me. And so I'm pretty sure that's the same with these hoity-toity pizzas. Is they're overpriced bullshit, but people are trying to be cool. That's all it is. Tell me about it, JC.
I missed the pizza conversation. What's the pizza conversation?
Just don't like quit fucking around with my pizza. Just give me all the meat and all the vegetables and get rid of these new hoity-toity like weird ingredients. Yeah, just like give me some real stuff.
So, are you a pineapple guy or no pineapple?
I don't blame the pineapple people. Like, all right, there's two types of people in this world. Okay, there's the people that like pineapple on their pizza and the people that don't. That's it. There's the two types of people. I am the person that doesn't like pineapple on my pizza, but I'm not like, this isn't politics or anything. I'm not like way against them. I'm just kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of warm pineapple to begin with. So that's just me. But I do like pineapple. I would just like have it cold on the side of my pizza instead of on my pizza. That's me.
Yeah, I just had pizza earlier, and it was I can't remember what it was, but it was so good because the guy, he had all these different options. He's from New York, and he had Sicilian slices. He had a pickle pizza that he said it was like unusually popular. So I've never seen that one. It was a fried pickle pizza. But he gave me it wasn't a penne al vodka pizza, but it was some type of sauce, chicken on top of a pizza, and it was incredible. I love pizza. I could eat pizza all day, every day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Me too.
I mean, and that's the thing where it's like I could, but you got to get my proteins on there and all my vitamins and nutrients from my vegetables. Like I'll get my carbs and my dairy for sure, but I want to get my entire meal from it. I don't want to have to eat something else too. You know,
that's why I like Little Cece's. You ever been to Little Cece's?
I don't think so. Is that like a pizza buffet sort of thing?
Oh god, yeah, that's incredible. Like every type of pizza you can think of: taco pizza, vegetarian pizza. They got pizza desserts, buffalo chicken pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, Philly cheesesteak. I think they've had. So good.
You got them all. Somebody's chiming in here. Doug says, what's he got? Green and snow season year round. So he's booking some commercial stuff. He says pineapple on top, sausage. Now I'm thinking of trying deer bacon on top. Why not? Dude, venison bacon.
Ooh.
I just don't know. It might be the world's greatest food. And I think it's still largely undiscovered. Like a lot of people have never had it, don't even know that you can make venison out of it. Done with our deer processing last weekend. Oh, you guys are going to love this when you come ice fishing. We've got, I would argue, quite possibly the best jerky ever made. Maybe. Because Ben's got a slicer. And so instead of like grinding it and then shooting it out of a jerky gun, which always sucks, like we bought, well, because it's Ben, we bought the nicest jerky dehydrator on the planet. He already had the slicer. And so we looked up a couple recipes. We got like a spicy jerky and then just kind of a flavorful, but not spicy, a little bit of everything going on. And holy shit, it turned out so good. To the point where it's like my freezers are full. Freezers, because I have 3 of them. My freezers are full, but I'm trying to get out hunting Friday because I'm just like, I need more jerky. I just got to.
Hey, mail some to us. I'll pay to ice that thing and send it over our way. Annika, my daughter, who's very, very particular on any type of food she eats, She loves steak, and I used to make sausage gravy every Sunday, like routine, and she loved it. And one day I snuck in venison sausage and didn't tell her. And had I told her it was deer, she wouldn't have ate it, but she ate it. And she's like, "Dad, this is really good." And then I finally told her it was venison, and she's like, "Oh, I really like it." And now that's all she wants, but I don't have any venison, so.
Dude, I'll send you some breakfast sausage, some venison breakfast sausage. I got a shitload of breakfast sausage from last year and this year because we just like made all the new stuff. So I'm loaded. I'm loaded up. It's hilarious how full my freezers are, and then we just get into like this eating mission. It's like we gotta go. So we got. We'll do this after commercial break. We need to hit a commercial break because it's a darn radio show, and I get distracted talking about food. When we come back, I'm gonna go through our hit list of all the different sweet stuff we made. Then we'll start talking about some year-end stuff. Anybody that's listening, we got the phone lines open 952-373-1775. I forgot to say that earlier. Give us your year-end stuff. How you doing? Doug's out doing commercial stuff. Maybe he'll actually call in this time. He always says he's going to, and he never does. So Doug, call in this time, man. All right, we'll be back with a little more home service happy hour right here on Turfs Up Radio.
Creating art from darkness. For over 20 years, Cast Lighting has designed and manufactured the world's most durable, energy-efficient, and technically advanced landscape lighting products available at astonishingly affordable prices. Cast offers an all-encompassing line of products with everything you need to get the job done. Cast Landscape, their most durable product, is best-in-class, low-voltage landscape lighting made of solid bronze with integrated and drop-in LED technology. These fixtures are built to endure the most demanding environments. Source Lighting, a new division by Cast, is your source for professional grand landscape lighting made of durable brass, offering both integrated and drop-in LED technology, and backed by Cast, the world's most durable outdoor lighting. Cast Lighting gives you innovative, state-of-the-art, old-world craftsmanship with tomorrow's technology. Visit their website at cast-lighting.com today. That's cast-lighting.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, no one rocks like Turfs Up Radio. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Crest is leading the transition from gas-powered lawn equipment for professional operations with the introduction of the industry's first truly game-changing innovation in battery-powered OPE. With the Crest 8-minute cyber system, professional landscapers can now replace their messy gas-powered equipment without sacrificing performance, power, or runtime. The 8-minute cyber system allows for Crest-made 60-volt batteries to fully charge in 8 minutes or less, just enough time for a water break. Complemented by a full line of equipment benchmarked against gas-powered products, landscapers can finally take charge of their business and make the switch to battery. For more information, visit Crest.com. Visit Crest.com. Having issues with your maintenance schedule? Want better routing and ability to track your vehicles when they leave the shop? Do you want to reduce your liability exposure with your vehicles that are moving billboards on the road? GPS Fleet Consulting uses cloud-based dashcam monitoring and can easily track your vehicle maintenance using real odometer readings. GPS Fleet Consulting can also assist you with live phone support and email support with guaranteed same-day responses. Yes, same-day responses. Stop wondering where your trucks are and start managing your fleet with GPS Fleet Management Systems. For more information, visit gpsfleetconsulting.com. That's gpsfleetconsulting.com.
All right, ladies and gents. Dan Plata here, Home Service CFO, and we're back with some more Home Service Happy Hour right here on Turfs Up Radio. Thanks for hanging out. If you really feel like hanging out, give us a call. I got the phone ready to go, 952-373-1775. Give us a shout. Check in. Give us your year-end update. My year-end update is my venison processing is all done, and it's an overwhelming feat. I think I shot 7 deer this year. And then Ben shot 2. He was really slacking. And he like passed a bunch of deer early on because he's like, I just don't want to deal with it while it's warm out. And I was like, yeah, but like, what happens when it gets cold out? And if they're not moving or the weather's bad or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. He had a lot of encounters. He just kept passing them up, and I just kept flinging arrows, which is why my freezers are super full. But we kind of like pool all the meat together and share it. But we had it, and I think I gotta drop the phone line in the comments here. Let me drop the phone line in 952-373-1775. Boom, it's in there. So yeah, so we had this like huge list of things we want to make, and the list gets a little bit longer every year and a little bit better because we're getting more bold. Where like year one, it was like we bought all the seasoning packets. It was like, okay, we got the meat. And I've been processing my own deer for a long time, but I would take this is so much like business, where it's like we run our business, but we delegate certain things outside of our business. And we did that in deer processing. Deer processing is a little bit different because there's just no profit at all. It's really just like, do we want to do this or not? It's a bunch of work and pride and no money besides all the money it costs you. And so I used to butcher all my own deer, process it all in terms of like deboning it, even like grinding all the trim for just ground meat. But then if I wanted venison bacon made or sticks or summer sausage or whatever, brats, I would get that made at a butcher shop. And a few years ago, Ben was like, well, let's just buy all the stuff and make it ourselves. And I was like, that sounds cool. And then one day Ben's like, hey, I bought all the stuff. And I was like, what? Like, you bought all the stuff? It's like a lot. So we got like a commercial grade grinder, a mixer, a stuffer for making sticks and summer sausage and brats. We got the vac sealer. Now we have the dehydrator. I think that the dehydrator is the only thing I've chipped in on in terms of all the equipment. I have like little versions of all the stuff, but Ben's Ben, so he just buys like the sweetest, coolest piece of equipment you can buy. But so we did, we've got our venison bacon recipe down. That one hasn't, that year one, we did like a pre-made mixture. Year 2 and 3 here, we got our recipe down. And so we don't have to mess with that one anymore. We're still trying to figure out our sticks. I made a spicy, like a deer stick with some cheddar in it this year. And it turned out okay. The texture of it isn't my favorite. So we still got some work to do. We added some flour to it this year at the recommendation of a butcher. It's okay. You can like tell that it's, I don't want to say like mushy, but mushy is the best word I can come up with. Like it's just finer because the flour like holds it together. It's just different. We did cheddar brats. We did brats last year, but it had some sage in it. That was the first year we did brats. So this year we took the sage out of it because not everybody was digging the sage. At least we think it was the sage. I haven't tried the new brats yet, but we also added cheddar because Ben's family, they're softies. They need cheddar and everything. They're soft. So we added that in there. Oh, here we go. Check this out. Look at this. Let's see. Hold on, Doug. I'm trying. Here we go. Doug Brown, you in the house?
What up, all?
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. My phone line's working. You sell some stuff today?
Well, $70,000 seasonal contract for landscape, snow, and mowing.
Booyah, dude.
So that was one we sold.
That's a
Working
good.
on another one. It'll probably right around. It's a good contract.
There you go. Finishing the year strong. Yeah. Sticking it to it.
Yeah. Yep. And then I'm working on one. I'll be working on finishing up another one tonight that I'm going to meet tomorrow to sell probably. I don't have all the numbers together, but it's going to be somewhere another $70,000 year-round contract. So,
hell yeah,
$140,000 to finish off the year, starting next year strong.
Pretty soon you'll be able to buy your wife a new Jeep.
She's going to keep hitting deer. I'm not buying her a new Jeep. She almost whacked one last night.
Maybe just get her like one of those like a really cool looking attachable like grills, like for that cops put on their cars sometimes. Yeah, just get like that grill up on front so she can just run them over without having to worry about it.
Brush cart. Yeah, well, she's got to hit them though so I can get the back straps out of them.
That's right.
gotta get some worth out of it.
Clip them. Just tell her to clip them in like the front quarter. Save the back straps in the hind quarter. Try to get them in the front.
Yeah, I gotta get them wherever the deer or the bacon's good, because a friend of mine shot a deer and dropped a pack of bacon off to me, and I mean, I was ready to go deer hunting after that.
Oh, I bet the bacon. The bacon's weird. It's not. Because I was like, I don't know what they're using to make this. They're just kind of like grinding stuff. But when we make it, it's you like grind it up, mix it with pork. We use like 50-50 venison and pork, and then you make a loaf. You actually you add all your seasoning and some kheer, and you make a venison loaf, and you let it sit in the fridge for a day, and then you smoke it as an entire like loaf of meat, and you intentionally undercook it to like 145 degrees. And then you chill it, and then you got to slice it. So you need like a meat slicer to. I guess you could do it with a knife, but it's a involved process. And then packing it sucks like a son of a bitch. Like trying to vac seal it all, but it's so worth it. So worth it.
I have a commercial grade. I like going to the auctions and stuff and buying things that I shouldn't buy.
Well, you're a man.
I have a commercial grade cheese slicer. So I'm pretty sure I could slice it. I got the smoker. I don't have the grinder or anything yet, but I could work my way up to making my own bacon.
Yeah. You're more than halfway there. It's totally worth it. Totally worth it.
I just got to get out for step one and go out and shoot the damn deer.
Or your wife runs them over with the Jeep.
Well,
Either one.
Runs them over with the Jeep. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, when you get some, let me know. I'll send you the recipe I got. We got a Google sheet full of recipes that we keep tweaking every year. So we got the venison bacon dialed. We're ready for you.
Well, it's gonna be game on next year.
And then when you're ready to buy a dehydrator, I'll send you some jerky recipes, because I housed a whole bag of spicy jerky the other day, which I was worried about. Because I made a lot of jerky, but if I keep eating it at the pace I'm eating it, it'll be gone probably by the end of January. At least by the end of when Angela and JC come over ice fishing with me, it'll be gone after that, for sure. So
yeah. Now the question is it that type of jerky that like melts in your mouth, or is it like you gotta leave it, like you gotta try to rip it apart with your teeth though? That's the question.
Yeah, it's the rip apart with your teeth. You gotta give it. It's like whole muscle. You gotta give it a good pull.
Okay. Yeah, I like that over the melt in your mouth stuff. If I want melt in your mouth, you go with brisket.
Well, or you just get some candy, just like some M&Ms,
M&Ms, yeah. Gotta get the chocolate off the grapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the chocolate off the grapes. Just scoop it. Yeah, man. Well, thanks for calling in, bud. Go sell some stuff.
Yeah.
Finish that year strong.
I'm going to. Working on it.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to sell some stuff so I can buy some new stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. Make the world go round.
Yes, sir.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Later.
See you, Doug. Doug Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't get to hunt, but you talked about hunting, so I went to put my hunting gear on. That's all I got.
I didn't even notice when you walked into the room. I was like, it's just like this weird shadow.
The gear worked that well. It's a camouflage.
It was good.
Back.
You nailed it. And actually, surprisingly, it actually kind of does, because the background's black with like gold stripes, and your camo is like black with kind of like goldish, leafy colored, accents. So you actually did pretty good, despite yourself. You did pretty good, JC.
I'll do better.
No, you're crushing it. Doug is he finally called. Thanks for calling, Doug. I'm excited that he called. Officially, like Darren tried to call the one time, but I didn't know how to do the phone thing yet, and it's still pretty manual, but it works. So I think Zig was our first like legit caller, and now we got Doug. First is the worst, second is the
first.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I don't count you because like you were just like testing it, right?
Nah, man, long time listener, first time caller, and you're gonna do that to me?
You're right. You're the first. You were the first. I do want to we talked a little bit about year-end stuff on the sales boost live that we were just doing, but I want to kick around some more budget stuff because it's that time of year and I'm a nerdy finance person. And then, just some like year-end thoughts, some strategies going into next year, not just in general, but like specific things you guys are doing in your businesses. So let's hit a little more commercial break. We got one more break to do here, and then we'll be back with a little more home service happy hour, and we'll get into some cool year-end stuff as soon as I can figure out where the play button is on this damn music. It's like so many things to do over here. All right, guys, we'll be back with a little more home service happy hour right here on Turfs Up Radio.
True Fuel is a high-octane fuel precision-engineered for your 2- and 4-cycle equipment. They use the most advanced synthetic lubricants and stabilizers in an ethanol-free fuel, improving performance, protecting your equipment, and saving you time. That means easier startups, smoother idling, and quicker trigger response, plus extended life for all of your equipment. True Fuel is ready to use and easy to store, helping your operations be more efficient and reducing maintenance costs. We at Turfs Up use True Fuel because we know it works and we know it's the best option. Check out TrueFuel50.com to learn more. That's TrueFuel50.com.
You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Now you can even ask Alexa to tune you in when you're home.
Are outdated spreadsheets and whiteboard scheduling costing you jobs? Or is a lack of consistency between crews causing your bids to differ from job to job? Or worse, delaying critical invoices and payments? Crew Control offers all-in-one business management solutions fit for every trade. From bidding and scheduling to invoicing and integrating payments. Provides real-time visibility into your crew's efficiency, whether you're in the field, in the office, or even on vacation. Manage your crews more effectively and improve business performance with Crew Control. Start your free trial today at crewcontrol.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, here's to all the women in the green industry. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Oh, I'm dying over here. Oh. All right. I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. I'm good enough.
You're live?
I don't know. Like, I can't mute during a commercial break. If I mute, then nobody can hear the commercials. And so I tried to like turn the volume down on my end, and then it just cut the volume all for everybody. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, I got like a cough in the back of my throat. I can't get rid of. I'm trying to like hold it in. But I lost to the cough. Sorry. It is what it is. Welcome to live radio. Which I don't like. I'm like fine with the cough. I was on a call yesterday and the guy like muted himself to cough, and I was like, you don't need to be embarrassed. Like, maybe don't cough right into the microphone so it doesn't hurt my ears, but I know what a cough sounds like. And it's not like you're coughing on me. You're on a computer in a different place. So like cough away, man. Like that. See, it's fine. Everybody's fine. Here we go. Luke, I gotta catch up. Luke says, let's go, Doug Brown. And then he says, love the call-in number. Thanks, Luke. Thanks for the support of the call-in number. I'm liking the call-in number too. And then he said, that's a good point, but I don't remember what the point was that I made. So sorry. forgot what I did. Now let me I did go back in the time log here and just so everybody can see it and verify. Let me see. JC Chanowski right there was legit. Like he wasn't the first caller.
You had a couple test calls, obviously.
That was me testing it. And then but I think that was before we actually like figured out how to do it because I tried to do the audio through the computer, and then Darren tried a couple times and screwed it up. I think Zig was the first one where I was like, oh, I have to do it. Yeah, it was the first one where everybody else could hear it. So you were the first caller, JC. Just I was the only person that heard you.
The audience, we could not hear.
The audience didn't actually get to hear you. So, but it was real to me, man. It was real.
We had a good conversation. I don't know what it was about, but it was real.
I'm sure it was great. Scott Ziegler in the house. What's up, Scott? Thanks for checking in, buddy. Now I'm burping. I was coughing before. Now I'm burping. It's all good. The O'Douls. It's like I drank some O'Doul's to wash away the cough, and then it made me burp. It's like I can't win.
How many more days do you have?
I figured the 23rd, like the 23rd is when we're getting together with Marty's family. And that was then last year on the 23rd. I think that was when we got home back to my family. And I was gonna go until Christmas, and I was like, but why? Like, I'm hanging out. Like the point is kind of just like take a month off, and then once the next holiday comes and we're doing family stuff, like somebody throw me a beer. So the 23rd, I'm gonna start pulling the wagon, get on the wagon. I'm gonna do wagon stuff. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna do the wagon thing, but I'm gonna do the opposite that people try to do most of the time. I'm intentionally gonna pull the wagon. When I say that, I'm picturing me with like one of those red pull behind wagons and just full of beer.
Yeah.
Like, I got the wagon.
Like Oregon Trail
All the
now.
beer in
Like, dude, pull over and dance on the side of the road with a broken wheel.
Yeah. Hey, but that wagon would be so full of Busch Lights. I got too many Busch Lights in here. It cracked my spoke.
We did a podcast on in the Foxhole recording yesterday, and we did our first beer, I think, on the show because the guy that was on, Alex, great guest, he did one for his podcast, and then he's like, let's get a beer. He's like, all right. So I got excited. She got excited. He got excited. He comes back in and cracks open nothing other than a Busch Light. I'm like, good Lord.
Excellent. Oh, another one of these guys.
Who purposely keeps these in their house?
Midwest. It's really
Yeah. I mean, it's either an O'Doul's or a Busch Light, I guess, get that O'Doul's in the Packer koozie. I actually bought a case of Coors Light yesterday because I was like, oh, I'm going to actually like need some beer in my house pretty soon. So I got some Coors Light and a few all day IPAs. But it was just because the Coors Light was on sale. So it was better. It was a better deal than the Busch Light. So my allegiance isn't branded. It's just to whoever sells me the shitty light beer the cheapest. And there's a threshold, right? Like there's shittier light beers, but I'm not going to stoop that low. Come on.
What's shittier than a Busch Light?
I'd say you can get down into like the Schmitz or the Old Milwaukee's Best Light. You can get like a Keystone Light, I'd say is a little bit worse, but I'll throw back a 30 rack of Stones if I have to. I actually have, you'll see it in the Fish House. I have a poster of Keith Stone on like, that's the entrance to the fridge / girls' bathroom / the only other room in the whole Fish House is like the bow of the Fish House. That's the one door in the Fish House. And I got a poster of Keith Stone and it says, hold my stones. So that's the decor of the Fish House. You're going to love it. Speaking of which, I'm a little bummed. Usually I would, over the holidays here every year for like the last 5 or 6 or 7, we go back to Wisconsin and do like Christmas with my family over there. And then we all drive back, including my folks. We drive back to Minnesota and then they come up and stay in the Fish House and we go ice fishing. It gets a little cramped with 3 kids in there plus 4 adults, but we can make it work. We can like when we're all up there, we'll just do like 4 adults in there and that's cramped enough, but it's doable. But when you throw 3 kids in there with it, it's a shit show. It's a fun shit show, but it's a shit show. But there's not enough ice up there yet. We need like 14, 15 inches, and there's only like 10, 11. So we won't get the Fish House up for, I don't think. And it's supposed to be like in the 40s this week up here. It's been super, super warm all winter so far. It won't impact when you guys come because it is good ice. It's just too thin to drive like a truck with a camper out on it. But once we get into January a little farther, I'm sure it'll cool down and we'll build some better ice. But it's frustrating missing like it's like a week-long fishing trip. I mean, we all smell really bad and are sick of each other by the end of it. But we're trying to figure out what the alternatives are. Like we got to ice fish somewhere else and go to a different bar. Is kind of that's like it. But so we're figuring out our alternative plans.
That's weird. You have a warmer winter up there right now. Ours is a little bit unusually cold. I mean, we're sub 30s for like 3 or 4 days this week, which is not typical for this time of year for us. And it's kind of a pain for the wash guys because we got to defrost all the lines every day or, get them ready for the cold. But
oh, yeah.
colder than normal here.
Yeah, we're so warm. The jet stream's just doing weird shit. It's like coming down, going way up around Minnesota, and then like coming back down and scooping down by you guys. I don't know. Jet stream. Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? Did I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
You sounded very weatherman expert.
If you look over here, it's coming from the bottle of tequila. No, we'll get some ice going. The nice thing is it keeps a lot of people off the lake. So then when you guys come up, more fish. There's gonna be more fish down there because assholes like me aren't catching them all over the New Year's holiday. So
I just need to catch one fish, and then the rest of the time I can catch a buzz. I'm good. I just want one.
I mean, why not? What you said it? You said it like it has to happen at different times. I think you just do it both all at once. It's the best way to do it. Multitask.
I am excited for like the midnight one or the late night one. You were telling that story how Angela's have to like lean over and pull the line or something.
You guys, I mean, you guys will be on the back bed. There's 2 holes like right next to where you guys are at. I'm assuming I'll be on the front bed, and there's 2 there, so that I'll kind of man. Whoever's up on the top bunk, there's just like, unless the 3 of us are super passed out, there's no way they're gonna get down to get a line. It happens rarely if they're like, God damn it, these people won't wake up, and this fish is pulling out line, and it keeps rattling. Like, I'm just gonna crawl down and get it. Or if they're down to take a leak, then sometimes they'll get a night bite. But the bed in the back is like 7.5 feet. The bed in the front is like 5'10", and I'm 5'10". So like usually I end up sleeping up there because if you're over 5'10", you ain't sleeping in the front. You'd be scrunched. So we'll see. We'll figure it all out. I think we got like a full 12 person trip going. We got a full boat.
Nice.
Got 3 trucks rolling up. So it'll be a damn good time. Hopefully there's some damn ice by mid-February. What you guys got any wrapping up here? What do you guys got going on for holiday plans? What's good? We talked about turkey prep for Thanksgiving. What's on the plate for Christmas?
The Wednesday before that.
Yeah, we haven't really discussed dinner plans.
No, we have not.
It's probably making her a little anxious. But we usually do.
Look at how anxious she is. She's like, oh man, like
I did. I was like, I don't even know the meal yet.
I don't even know. Nervous.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, I think we don't have the kids or anybody, so we're just chilling. I don't know. We'll do something fun. Maybe some lobsters. I don't care.
And then Christmas night, you guys
some more fancy cocktails. I feel like you bust out the fancy cocktail book.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. Fancy cocktails. Christmas, we're doing prime rib.
Prime rib.
Figure out the rest. And then Hildy doesn't get here until the 26th. She did make a decision. She does have a request list. She likes her exact Christmas food.
What's on it? What is Christmas food?
Her favorite is green bean casserole, and not like the good kind. Like
canned green beans.
Dumping cans of green beans and cream of mushroom into a thing. Like this would be the
good stuff. Though.
It is good. I can't blame
onions on top.
Oh yes, and then the Velveeta cheese and fried onions. And I'm like, this is the easiest thing you can make on your own.
But it's not mom making it, so it's different.
I was gonna say it's gourmet when somebody else makes it. Plus, you kind of feel guilty if you make it for yourself because you're just like, there's just nothing wholesome about this. But if somebody else makes it for you as part of a holiday, it's just like, this is what we're having.
So what's
it's
your
right up there.
Dinner?
We do different things. She just wants green bean casserole. We'll probably have maybe mashed potatoes the day before with prime rib, so she can have some mashed potatoes again.
I was gonna say, I feel like mashed potatoes are up there too, where it's like you could like make some really wholesome mashed potatoes, or you could just have instant mashed potatoes, which are freaking delicious.
Yes, they are.
So
no, I home make everything. She didn't have Thanksgiving dinner either. Anyway,
I'm not trying to dog on your homemade mashed potatoes. They're not as good as my homemade mashed potatoes, is all I'll say. But I'm just.
Oh my gosh! This year, the mashed potatoes is the easiest thing. So Thanksgiving dinner, we have everything. I mean, there is everything you can imagine: homemade pies, everything homemade. This awesome green bean casserole that was like a really homemade version of
Jason
fresh
Aldean or something.
Yeah, just this amazing everything. There's everything made from scratch.
She gets the potatoes all diced up, puts them in the water, sets the timer, puts the potatoes to the strainer, puts them in the bowl, and I put the mixer in there. I'm like, wait a second. And I turn it on. It's like, plop, 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 plop,
They're not cooked at all. They're just
I don't even think she boiled them for a minute, man. Like,
Just
they were,
chilled.
you couldn't even stab it with a fork if you tried.
Yep. Just
Oh.
starchy.
Well,
Starchy.
at this point, we
Then
can,
she's like, let's boil the water again. All the food's on the table now. She's like, we can boil the water and start. I'm like, no, we don't have time. That's like 10 minutes to boil the water. 10 minutes. I'm like, throw them in the microwave and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's
Get
what
out
we
the
made.
instant mashed potatoes. There we go. Get them in.
I love it. I had a bag.
I maybe had too much wine by that. We woke up really early. We followed your exact recipe for the smoked turkey, and it came out great.
That was delicious.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
gave us the timing, the brining, all that. We did
Yeah.
all of that, and it was perfect. The
Just-
turkey was perfect.
I kind of want to smoke a turkey. Yeah, that was good.
Well, she would
It's so good. And then it's really good too if you take all the scraps and the bones and boil it down and make some soup broth. Because then it's like smoky and salty soup broth. It's so freaking good. Gift that
smoked
keeps on
turkey.
giving. Gift that
I
keeps on
don't know if we're gonna do the prime rib. My dad, he usually does. He's got like an infrared cooker. He's done them in there. But if we could smoke, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
we
we're
can
gonna do.
smoke a prime rib.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, just excuse to get up early and smoke things.
Yeah.
Smoke them if you got them.
What about you, Dan? What you got?
I don't know what I think I was talking to my mom. Well, we got like Marty's family Christmas on the 23rd here. No idea what we're having. They're not like they don't go as big on the meals as other folks always do. They go big in terms of like quantity, but they don't go bonkers like I do when I'm cooking and I take all day because I'm a weirdo. My folks, I think, are doing like a fettuccine Alfredo thing. Which I'm just down for that. That sounds good. Doug Brown checking in. He says we're smoking prime rib for Christmas Day too. So maybe Doug's got
You have a recipe.
I don't have a brine or anything I can send your way, but maybe Doug's got some smoking experience.
Send it our way if you've smoked a prime rib before.
Yeah. Throw that in here, Doug. Throw that in here. My Christmas plan is like one of my Christmas traditions is once I was like old enough to go out hunting, everybody else would go to church. I go bow hunting. I'd just go sit in the woods, and it was I don't love sitting in church. I don't feel it. I'm not feeling God sitting in there, and so that's just me. But I do when I'm like sitting out in the woods, like that is super spiritual to me. So that was it. That was my thing. Like I would go bow hunting on Christmas Eve. One year it was like 32 degrees and raining. I'm just sitting out in a tree, just being a weirdo. So that's always been a big thing for me. But obviously, like as you have kids, then you're trying to just like do whatever the family's doing, right? But I think Christmas Eve I'll get out hunting this year. And again, I just want to go shoot some more jerky. That jerky is so good. Like if a deer walks by me, I'm just gonna be like salivating. I'm just gonna like in cartoons, you know, when there's like an animal and one animal's gonna eat the other animal, that like, it pictures like a big piece of prime rib walking around. Like that's me seeing a deer. I'm just like drool coming out of my mouth. Like I just got to get that thing. I gotta turn that into some delicious food. So that's what's on my radar. I gotta go stomp another deer and get some more jerky made. That's what's gonna happen. And
I like it. And we'll benefit from that. Eating the jerky when we come. So by all means.
More jerky. Now that we have the recipes and like we've got all the stuff. Once you have all the stuff, it's just like just pile it on. You can never have too much jerky.
What's your Christmas Eve statistics though? Have you caught one on Christmas Eve or?
Dude, I have shot multiple Christmas miracle deer. The one that was the goofiest. I'll tell this story real quick. I shot at Christmas Eve and it like came out broadside, shot it. I didn't see exactly where I hit it, but it was like it was a 25-yard dead ringer broadside. Super easy shot and snow on the ground. So I got down to track it, followed it for a ways. It's bleeding good, but I followed it for like 100 yards and I was just like, I'll back out. Like if you don't find them pretty quick or see them go down, usually it means you hit liver or you hit a little back. If you hit guts, it doesn't bleed very good. And so I was like, well, I hit something that like is bleeding good. So I think we're going to find it, but I got to get back home. It's plenty cold out to leave a deer. So it's like, get back home. Family's coming over, hanging out. Probably midnight. My dad and I go back in. We're a little bit served, not overserved, but we're pretty well served. And we have a cooler full of bush lights with us. So we're tracking this deer through the woods, and there it is. We like come up on it, and its head is up and it's looking at us. So get a big stick, tie my buck knife to a stick, and now I'm throwing the javelin and trying to harpoon this damn thing. And we chase this thing around the woods for like an hour, trying to because you can't like, you're not supposed to carry a bow with you. I mean, like, honestly, and I hope no DNR people are listening, but like, honestly, like, I wish I would have just went and got my bow and shot it and had him like shine it so we could have killed it, because you just feel terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's just stupid, right? So it's like, all right, well, we got to try to kill the thing. So we kicked it up, and we eventually lost the blood trail, and it went into like a residential neighborhood, essentially, like that butts up against the highway. It's not like a big neighborhood like you would envision. It's just kind of on the outskirts of town, some like rinky-dink houses just kind of like at the end of a dead-end road. They're no stranger to seeing deer killed. Like, one of the guys there, we see him in the woods. Like, he hunts the south side of the property. We hunted the north side of the property. So it's all people that are like fine with killing deer and stuff. But we get down there the next morning, and that deer is bedded against the fence next to the highway, still alive, but like won't get up. And so we tracked it like another hour the next morning, and we dispatched it that morning, but I called it the Christmas miracle deer. We saw it actually, that when we first were tracking it, it was like, it's like dragging a leg really funny. Like, why would it be dragging a leg? I hit it, somewhere in the body cavity. I don't know why it's dragging a leg. So my dad and I were, half drunk arguing about why it would be dragging a leg. When we found it, we saw its back leg was doing this, like just hanging out. And I was like, super weird. Like, I wonder if the coyotes ran it. Like, there were coyote tracks on its blood trail. So I'm just like, man, I wonder if the coyote tracks tracked it down or what happened, right? If it slipped and broke its leg, I don't know. When we finally got it, found out my arrow hit it in the kneecap.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, my arrow. I don't know how it possibly could have happened. That's 3 feet away from where I was aiming. It was its back leg. Doesn't make any sense how I could have hit it there. Like for example, like a softball at 30 yards, I will hit a softball at 30 yards probably 9 out of 10 times. So it's like, how an arrow gets 3 feet away. I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't replicate it at all. Unless like your string hits your sleeve, or my other thought was maybe when I pulled back, my arrow wasn't actually on my rest. It might've been just sitting on like the bridge of my bow and wasn't up on my rest, because I have a rest, like a drop way it's called. So it lifts your arrow up, and then when you let go, it drops, and your arrow is like free flying then instead of riding on something. And so maybe it just was never on there. And if it's like down to the left, maybe that's how it went 3 feet down to the left. But I call it my Christmas miracle deer because it should have been just a clean miss. But instead, I freaking kneecapped the darn thing. And thank God we were able to find it and put it out of its misery, because it's stuff like that where you just feel awful. It's like the worst part of hunting. And again, like, I wish we could have just went in there with the bow and shot it in the middle of the night so it didn't have to keep running around. But we found it, and it was delicious. So Christmas miracle, random, so random.
Right.
So every once in a while, I get one on Christmas Eve.
Nancy Kerrigan deer, you kneecapped her.
I did. I totally gave it a Nancy Kerrigan. I should have named it Tanya Harding, right? That was that Nancy kneecapped.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I'm glad I got to tell that story. That's a good ending to now I'm pumped for another Christmas miracle deer full of jerky. Excited for that. Let's wrap it up. We're out of time, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Merry Christmas to all you guys. Happy holidays, all the good stuff. I hope you get to, eat whatever. Eat all of it. Eat all the stuff. Take it easy on the chocolate, to the extent you can. And hopefully you get some cool presents.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
See y'all. We'll be back tonight. I got a cool outdoorsy business owner dude on. First time I'm like hanging out with him. Should be fun. He's got all kinds of cool stuff in store. So we'll see you for the late night happy hour show. Until then, Work smarter and harder. Go earn some pride. Merry Christmas.